Hey everybody, 501, week 3. That felt very epic. Not that epic, but we'll go with it. Just the 3 was off to the side. Um, let's talk about what week 3 looks like. So, there is a Sugata Mitra video. If you've not watched his TED Talk, oh my gosh, you are in for a treat. If you have, watch it again, please. Take a look at it through the lens of being a collaborator, being an innovator. How do we connect our students? How do we connect with others throughout the world? It's good stuff for sure. You have that self-paced e-lesson that, as you click on, takes you to the thing. If I click it on the background,
welcome to the Educational Technology Innovations.
Right, which does very much not scream 21st century learning. It feels a bit outdated, but there's some really good stuff. So try not to judge this book by its cover too much on that E lesson. E stands for electronic. Fun fact, you know the iMac, you know what the I originally stood for? Internet. Because there were some computers that were not capable of connecting to the internet back when the iMac was announced in 2000 about. And now it's an Apple thing, like the iPhone. It's an internet phone. Oh my gosh! But I think technically that's what that means. You have a collaborative exercise. So again, it's an undergraded thing. Think about it in terms of if we were in class face to face, these are the activities we would be doing. So it's a way for you to purposefully and in a heavily structured way get to talk with a variety of classmates, and a way for you to hopefully work on some cool projects. So we're going to be jumping into some infographics. You're going to be designing a rubric using Google Sheets. We're going to rank some infographic examples and start to look at what a good infographic is. And then when you're done with that, you can share that with me, giving me view-only rights. We have a discussion, just like every week. As a reminder, take a look at that rubric, the expectations for what to do, what not to do for discussion board posts. Most people are doing a fantastic job. The first prompt looks at Friar Servant Leadership with Chapter 2. So again, you're going to do your initial posts by Thursday, 2 thoughtful replies by Sunday. And then the theme around being a servant leader continues with the second prompt, and just looking at what leadership means to you. So if you're in a leadership role, like employment-wise, right, that definitely means one thing. If you're in a classroom role, leadership might mean something different to you. But just because your job description does or does not say leader in it, does not make a difference with this prompt, right? Like, how are we leaders with how we model good learning, and how do we share our learning out in the world? So I would encourage you to kind of think about it in those terms. You have an assignment due at the end of this week, research paper assignment number 2. I was going to say research paper 2. It's not. It's the one and only research paper, looking at elements of 21st century education. I have some details in the weekly announcement, so I'm not going to jump into details with that. But at the bottom of week 3, there is a link to a Google Doc. When you click on that Google Doc, it gives you the description, the expectations. People have already asked. I've replied to a handful of people. You do not need an abstract. It's 1,000 words. Abstracts are like 300 words, so no need for that, but it should be an APA formatted paper. Good practice for when 580 comes around, when you will be doing a 60-page research paper that's APA formatted. So this is kind of dipping your toes into that, looking at changes in education in the 21st century learning. I realize we're 19 years into the 21st century now, so we're going to look at what some of those kind of levers are, then looking at what the elements of 21st century learning are, and then give your analysis, your opinion on it at the end to put a nice little bow on it. So that's week 3. As you have questions, and Look forward to hearing what you have to share in the discussion board.